Hey, folks, welcome to another episode of Cutter One. I am your host, Jay, just Jay, your resident troublemaker and your resident cultural warrior. I hope you are all doing well, my beautiful badasses. All right, let's get right into it. This is an interesting article, and it's interesting again. This is also coming to us from Screen Rant, and this is coming to us from Angel Shaw. We spoke about earlier. How Gollum saved Sam from a terrible fate in Lord of the Rings. Sam always hated Gollum in Lord of the Rings and was not surprised when he turned on Frodo in Mount Doom. Still, Gollum might have done Sam a favor. Dun dun dun. Let me just adjust that for you guys a little bit. All right. All right, let's see what Shaw has to say. Really, with the advertisement? Okay. While Sam was never friends with Gollum in The Lord of the Rings, he has a lot to thank the creature for by the end of the series. Their final scene together was the moment in Mount Doom wherein Frodo decides to keep the One Ring for himself instead of destroying it, as planned from the get-go in Fellowship of the Ring. Before Sam can determine what to do next, Gollum appears and fights the ring away from Frodo, ultimately falling into the flames with it in hand. Okay. This was the pivotal moment for Gollum, once called Smeagol, and one that Gandalf had foretold in The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The wise wizard suspected that Gollum's story had been too profoundly embedded with that of the ring for the creature not to be involved in the ring's ultimate resolution. Gandalf told Frodo to be thankful that Bilbo had not killed Gollum and that destiny had a greater plan in mind. Of course, he had been right, and the creature went down with his beloved precious, and it might have been to everyone's benefit, especially Sam's. Sam fought Frodo for the ring, so I'm sorry, Gollum fought Frodo for the ring, so Sam didn't have to. When Frodo turned away from the fires of Mount Doom and announced that the One Ring belonged to him, Sam was devastated. Sam had journeyed across the world to destroy the One Ring with Frodo, and Sam had mustered every bit of his courage and strength to carry his master up the last leg of the mountain in Lord of the Rings. When Frodo turned at the last second, their journey appeared to be all for nothing. When Gollum ambushed Frodo and unintentionally destroyed the ring, he saved Sam from having to fight Frodo himself. Sam knew that Frodo had given everything to save Middle-earth, and he proved in Shelob's lair that he was dedicated to finishing their mission. Fleeing would not have been an option for him. Sam would have had no choice but to fight Frodo for the ring in Mordor's Mount Doom. This would have been unbearable for the gentle hobbit, who loved his master more than anyone else. What's more, there would have likely been no good resolution to this scenario. If Sam had survived the altercation, he would never have been able to recover. The innocent soul he had maintained throughout The Lord of the Rings would be lost. Could anyone willingly destroyed the One Ring? When Gandalf came to Middle-earth before the Lord of the Rings, he became fascinated by the resilience of hobbits. They had a unique innocence that appealed to him, and after Bilbo carried the One Ring for so long with minimal ill effect, he realized that to get the ring to Mordor, a hobbit ring-bearer would be needed. However, even with Frodo's resistance to Sauron's evil, he could still not cast the ring into the fires of Mount Doom willingly. Isildur's story in The Lord of the Rings was the first proof that the ring could not be willingly destroyed, and if Frodo couldn't do it, it's unlikely that anyone could. Even if Sam had somehow managed to get it away from his master, the ring would have fought with all its power to influence him away from destroying it. In the end, the only way the ring could have been destroyed is if the person holding it unintentionally fell in. While Gandalf never overtly states this, his suspicion that Gollum has a more significant part to play implies that he understood that someone would have to give their life for the ring to be destroyed. Time and time again, Gandalf saw that Gollum's life was spared, all according to destiny's plan. If Gollum hadn't been on Mount Doom during the Lord of the Rings climactic moment, the part of the sacrifice would have fallen to Frodo, and Sam might have had to make it happen. Interesting take. I mean, I can kind of see where Angel Shaw is coming from with this one. It does, yeah, make a lot of sense that if it Gollum wasn't there and Frodo was thinking he was going to claim the ring and take the ring, that Sam would have been forced into the unenviable position of having to stop Frodo. And we all know that that can only end in one of two possible outcomes: either Frodo gets killed and Sam has to try to destroy the ring, which we don't know if Sam would have had the ability to do so, um, or um, Frodo kills Sam and Frodo claims the ring. Now, personally, I think that there's enough circumstantial evidence to say that if push came to shove, and no pun intended, and Sam and Frodo had to fight over the ring, I think Sam, personally, I think Sam could take Frodo, and Sam would have, I think, taken the ring. But I don't think he would have claimed it. I do think Sam would have been able to drop the ring into the fires of Mount Doom. And the reason why I say this is because when they are in captured by the orcs, well, after Frodo is cocooned by Shelob, and then Sam comes over and tries to rescue him, but then the goblins and the orcs come over, and they Sam has to hide, and they find Frodo and they bring him back. When Sam rescues Frodo, he literally hands the ring back to Frodo, right? He's not claiming it as his. He's not even hesitant so much. He literally sort of just is like, here, dude, it's yours. I was holding on to it for you. And he hands it back. Now, obviously he had it that entire time from when he took it off Frodo, where Shelob cocooned Frodo. And Sam had it in his possession from then all the way up until he managed to get into the room with Frodo when he was rescuing him. So you got to figure that's going to be at least a half hour that Sam had possession of the ring. And still, when he rescues Frodo and he shows it to Frodo, and Frodo's like, well, give me the ring back, Sam hands it over to him. So I think that if Sam had to take the ring from Frodo in Mount Doom, it wouldn't have been hard for Sam to just toss it, right? Now, yes, the ring would have tried everything that it could to convince Sam to do otherwise, but the ring also was probably trying to seduce or persuade Sam when Sam had it when he was trying to rescue Frodo, and it clearly failed. It clearly failed in corrupting Sam in any way, shape, or form, because he hands it back to Frodo. So I do think Sam would have had it within him to do that. I do think that Sam would have been utterly devastated on every conceivable level if he had to fight Frodo for it. So in a certain way, I agree with what the article is proposing, that to some extent, yes, Gollum, you could say, prevented Sam from having to face his worst fears, right? But I think at that point now, that like with this sort of article, sort of, I think, falls into that what if category. And you could say any kind of what if, right? So what if Gollum's not there? So then Sam has to prevent Frodo from claiming the ring, and we know, right? We just discussed how that would play out. But I mean, you could apply that to anything. What if Legolas, tripped and fell and shot an arrow at, Faramir by mistake? I mean, at that point, like, literally everything's on the table. What if anything, What if, I don't know. What if Mary wasn't there, and Éowyn had to face the Witch King by herself? would she have died? More than likely. So, like I said, you could start going down the road of what if anywhere. And I think this article sort of falls firmly in that category of now you're just starting to speculate on things and just come up with scenarios. So, I mean, it is an interesting scenario to think about, but at the end of the day, I firmly believe that Sam would have had it within him that if he had to take the ring from Frodo, he would have had it within him, i.e., already being at Mount Doom right there to just toss it. I think Sam would have had that within him. I think the harder part for Sam would have been having to put Frodo down, so to speak. I think that would have been a much harder thing for Sam to do than toss the ring. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Again, it's a hypothetical. There is no right or wrong answer. This is going to be one of those things where it's everybody's opinion is equally valid because, again, it's a what if sort of question, right? We're just at this point, we would just be speculating and thinking out loud, right? But I'm curious as to what you guys think down in the comment section below. Let me know. Do you think Sam would have had it within him to destroy the ring if he was able to get it from Frodo? Do you think Sam would have been able to put Frodo down to get the ring from him? I think that's a much bigger question, and that I'm far less certain about the outcome with that one. I think Sam physically could do it. I don't know if mentally or emotionally he has it within him though to put Frodo down. Okay, but I do think he would be able to toss the ring without an issue. But I'm curious of what you guys think. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you like the video, then like the video. If you feel like sharing the video, please, by all means, do so. It gets it seen by more people. If you have not subscribed, I hope that you would consider giving the channel your subscription because it would really help us out a lot. We're trying to build this thing and get it rolling, get the momentum going. And if you are a returning subscriber, well, you're just freaking awesome. And you guys know this, and I tell you that every video. So, all right, folks, remember, be good, be awesome, be safe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.